Hello viewers, welcome to our daily bulletin broadcast on VNews, and following are the headlines.
Prime Minister Winston receives Sri Lankan Minister of Justice Rauf Hakim. Anti-smoking law to take effect on May 1st. Cuisine Fair kicks off Vietnam-Japan Friendship Year.
Prime Minister Winston has affirmed Vietnam's consistent support of judicial cooperation activities with Sri Lanka. The government leader made the remarks at a reception held for visiting Sri Lankan Minister of Justice Rauf Hakim in Hanoi on April 23rd.
Zoom suggested, apart from justice, the two countries should further elevate cooperation in economics, trade, investment, education, training, and culture. The Prime Minister expressed his thanks to Sri Lanka for its recognition of Vietnam as a full market economy and its support for Vietnam's candidacy to the United Nations Human Rights Council. He added he hopes the two sides will continue to back each other in multilateral forums, especially the United Nations and the non-aligned movement. The visiting minister said his country wishes to further boost justice cooperation with Vietnam, propelling bilateral cooperation in other areas. He clarified that his country hopes to receive support from Vietnam, in particular experience sharing in multilateral judicial assistance, conciliation, legal assistance, law building and execution, and training of experts to deal with international disputes, legal and judicial reforms.
The law on the prevention and control of smoking takes effect on May 1st, 2013, according to the Health Ministry.
The World Health Organization said Vietnam is one of 15 countries with the most smokers in the world. About half of all male adults in the country are smokers. The law, with 5 chapters and 35 clauses, regulates measures aimed to reduce the demand for tobacco, control supply and prevent tobacco harm, said the Health Ministry at a conference in Hanoi on April 23rd. In the coming time, the implementation of the law will focus on enforcing the smoking ban in agencies, government offices, schools, hospitals, and a number of public places. Regulating cigarette advertisement, promotion, and funding will be another focus. Earlier on January 25th, the Prime Minister approved the national strategy to combat tobacco's negative impacts by 2020.
The Consumer Price Index in April increased slightly by 0.02% against the previous month, the lowest level for the same period since 2004.
According to the General Statistics Office, 8 out of 11 categories of the goods basket experienced rises from 0.05% to 3.62%, with medicine and health service seeing the highest increase, and education registering the lowest one. The office said increases in medicine and health service and transport at 3.62% and 1.2% respectively were attributable to the small rise in the Consumer Price Index in April, despite the decline of the figures in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. In April, prices of foods and catering services, which accounted for the almost 40% in the goods basket, fell by 0.91% as supply was higher than demand. The office said, despite a long holiday in early May, consumers tend to cut down their expenses due to economic difficulties. As a result, the Consumer Price Index in May is expected to see a slight increase as in April.
Vietnam has so far this year raked in more than $760 million from export of over 1.73 million tons of rice. We have more.
According to the Vietnam Food Association, localities in the Mekong Delta, the country's granary, have harvested about 10.5 million tons of unhusked rice from the winter-spring crop 2013. Meanwhile, local farmers have sowed over 480,000 hectares out of 1.6 million hectares planted for the upcoming summer-autumn crop. to ensure stable rice production and supply, as well as profits for local farmers. The construction of a storage system capable of storing up to 4 million tons of paddy rice in the Mekong Delta is underway. The facilities are expected to be operational by the end of this year.
On the morning of April 24th, the Vietbuild Da Nang 2013 International Exhibition opened in the central city. Nearly 270 domestic and foreign businesses participated in the show. At the event, the construction sector's biggest annual fair, businesses introduced the industry's 2012-2013 achievements and developments. On display are building materials, urban planning models, and interior and exterior designs, with many environmentally friendly products. A number of seminars will be held as part of the 5-day exhibition organized by the Ministry of Construction and the Da Nang People's Committee. Outstanding works selected from the 2012 National Architecture Awards and the Social Housing Design Awards went on display in Hanoi on April 24th. The event was held by the Vietnam Architects Association.
Last year, the national competition received 140 entries, including 24 urban planning and design projects and 101 architectural works. Design submissions were modern, blending traditional characteristics and styles suitable to Vietnam's climate. The exhibition was introduced 12 social housing designs that demonstrated flexible spatial structures applicable to construction. Our work focuses on green architecture. We plant many trees around a building and concentrate on features to improve the microclimate. We also intended to build larger houses at lower prices for poor people. The social housing competition reflected national architects and engineers' enthusiastic contribution and responsibility to people on low incomes.
Lying between Tiền and Hậu rivers, the 18 million strong Mekong Delta sees abundant potential for tourism development. However, human resources for tourism in the region failed to meet the sector's requirements. A seminar has been held in An Giang province to discuss measures to improve the situation. The event drew the participation of 180 scientists, leaders from the South and Western Region Steering Committee, and representatives from 13 localities and tourism businesses in the region. Participants at the seminar agreed that human resources for the region's tourism sector remain weak in both quality and quantity. The 22,500 people employed by the sector have yet to meet the requirements of serving Mekong Delta's 20 million visitors every year. According to the Institute for Tourism Development Research under the Vietnam National Administration of Tourism, the region will need 208,000 competent tourism workers by 2020. Many attendees emphasized the need to enhance on-the-spot training while encouraging the engagement of local residents in the tourism sector. In 2012, the region attracted more than 19.4 million visitors and earned about 4.3 trillion dong from tourism-related activities, an increase of 23.2% from the year before. A Japanese cuisine fair opened in Tokyo Town Restaurant in Ho Chi Minh City on April 23rd, kickstarting the Vietnam-Japan 2013 Friendship Year.
The fair aims to create more opportunities for Vietnamese people to know about appetizing and excellent in quality Japanese dishes. During the 4-day event, visitors will be stunned by unique recipes. They will also be introduced to the plentiful ingredients Japanese people use in cooking and taste different kinds of food. Japanese chefs will also perform techniques used only in Japanese cuisine. At the opening ceremony, Deputy Director of the Municipal Culture, Sports and Tourism Department, La Quốc Khánh, expressed his admiration for the talents of Japanese cooks and cuisine. He said the event will strengthen the solidarity, friendship and cooperation between the two countries.
And that's all we have for today. Thank you for joining us and see you next time.